Hey everyone, John Hartley. I was expecting a box with some stuff in it today, but it didn't come, so I'll do something else instead. Shepard Smith just came on Fox News, and I don't like Shepard, so thought it was a good time to make a video. I just tried to call Dansco Album Company, and I've tried before. Now, during this, don't get me wrong, Dansco albums are probably the best albums out there. I like them. I've got a bunch of them. But Dansco has zero customer service. They have a number that's called a customer service telephone number, but nobody answers it. It's always busy. They have no website that I know of. If y'all know of a better way to, or of a way to get in touch with them, fine, please tell me. I'd love to. I just got off the chat with my supplier that I buy albums from and have for the past 5 years, and they're a great company. They usually have whatever they can get in stock. They keep it in stock as long as Dansco's making it, and they ship quickly. And they're some of the best prices I've seen. But Dansco, ever since, from what I have been able to determine, the owner, in one way or another, I don't know if he died or just retired or what have you, but the company now belongs to his son. And they can't get anything out on time. The lady I just talked to said, first she said, well, I know they're making them, but we hope they'll come soon. And I'm like, well, that's not good enough. I need some answers. Why is it not happening? It's a simple product. You don't make jet airplanes. You don't make rockets. They make cardboard albums. Why can't they put out a page? And what I'm talking about, this happens every time an album is released. The first page on a new album, and when I mean a new album, the original Kennedy album that started with 64 ended in 2011. So they had to put out a new one. Well, they put out a small one that'll only take 3, maybe 4 pages. And the first page only has numbers on it. The second page is blank, and you can put your coins in there. Yeah, that's fine. But if you have OCD like me, you can't stand for there not to be dates on these holes. Well, this album needed a new page in 2016. Help me with the math. It's 2018, right? That's 2 years. Pretty sure in 2 years they could come up with a piece of cardboard and plastic to sell me something else. The same thing is with the new Jefferson album. The old album ended with the start of the Westward Journey series and all that, when they messed up the nickel. And the new one only went to 2017. Well, it's now 2018. That's not as much of a problem. We are only got 1 year we're lacking here. But they can't put out this with numbers printed on it. The lady finally, when I talked to her and said, listen, I want more information. And it's happened in the past. Every time a new album needs another page or something new has to come out, we wait. And I was thinking maybe because the Mint is making different coins, like last year's enhanced uncirculated set, that they were being cautious and not printing the new pages until they figured out what to put on those pages. And this year you've got another special set, the what is it, silver reverse proof set. Are they going to put it into albums? Well, I would say probably not, because the albums that are existing that have dates into this year and next year, they don't have those coins in there. If you bought the Roosevelt Dime album after they did, what was it, 1996, 97 W, the West Point Roosevelt, they changed it later on so that you would have that W dime in there. But no, those aren't the problems. Apparently the problems are they can't get the die and the paper to make these albums. They've been in business a long time, and they've been buying the die and the paper for a long time. I understand there are issues. The lady said that they're not sure that the paper and the die is the right quality because it may have been outsourced to a foreign country, China, instead of the same company having made it in the United States for so long. So they're worried that they're being lied to by the company, but they still are printing other albums. The only problem, now granted some things are coming in slow, the only problem is that I see that's not coming for a period of more than a year and up to 2 years are the replacement pages. Maybe it's low priority because yes, in these books I do have another page with no numbers on it to put coins in. So maybe it's a low priority for them. I don't know, but I got frustrated, and I have been over this issue more than once. So I decided I would just rant about it for 9 minutes. So anyway, enough of that. If you know the answers to these questions I have posed, please tell me. I don't know. Since I didn't get the coins I wanted today, I thought I'd bring out a few of my favorites that are in my type album. My type album's not one of those that has pre-cut holes. My type album has it's a Dansco album, but it has the plastic pages that you can put flips in. That way, if I'm missing something, I don't have an empty hole. If I can't afford something like a Seated Liberty dollar, I don't get nuts over it because I would. That's just who John is. So anyhow, this is a fun one. I bought this. I did not send this to NGC. I just thought it was funny when I saw it. Somebody, whether it was the person that sent this to NGC or somebody who tried to make it different and pawned it off on somebody else, but somebody decided to scratch the 7 and did a pretty good job of it. Scratched the 7 off of the coin to make it resemble an error. Not that there's a error listed in the Red Book for 1947 missing the 7, but I just saw this and decided that would be a funny coin to own. The only reason I brought out a Lincoln cent is because I keep telling myself I have done a Lincoln Memorial set in a Dansco album in uncirculated all red, and I keep telling myself no, I am not going to start a Wheatie album. But every time I see a Wheatie I don't have, mostly on those proxy bid auctions online, if I don't have it, I put in a bid for it, and if I can get a right price for it, I do. So I have a bunch of pretty red wheats, and if I win the lottery, which is pretty much impossible because I don't play it, maybe one day I'll try a wheat album. So this is my best Flying Eagle. It's not red, but it is a pretty nice one, pretty nice example. 1857. The breast feathers are almost all there. For years, this was one of those coins that I wanted to get for a long time. I wish I'd never even seen one, but I wish I could find one. And I found one. I found one in rough shape. It wasn't banged up. It was just circulated. And I still own it, but I got this one a few years back, and I like that. This is an 1860 copper nickel Indian head, and it's gold. I hope the camera's picking it up. It is. I almost sent this one into NGC, but decided not to. 1852, 1 cent, large cent. I've got a number of large cents. A lot of them I inherited from my maternal grandfather, but all those are very dark and very worn. He collected coins the old-fashioned way. As he grew up, he found something and just put it in his pocket and put it in a cigar box. So, and he collected till he was an old man. I've got his collection now thanks to my uncle. But this isn't one of those. This is one I picked up somewhere along the line. It's not bad. Not bad. I bought this 1864 2 cent piece because it has 180 degree die rotation. Now, you know, on US coins, you do a coin flip end over end. On British Canadian coins, you do a metal flip side to side. Well, if I did a US coin flip, the reverse is upside down. So I do a metal flip, the reverse is right side up. So it's 180 degree die rotation. I said, wow, cool, excellent error. When I bought it, when I got it, I looked it up. It's one of the most common problems with the 2 cent piece or die rotations. They are very common apparently. So don't overspend if you see one. But I still like it. 1853, 3 cent dime. This is the first variety. And it's a pretty good one. I like it. Could have a little bit more flash to it, but still, it's better than the first one I owned. The first one I owned that I still have is just worn flat. So, anyhow, people started hoarding those because it was worth more than 3 cents. So, eventually they went to the 3 cent nickel, the 1968 version, and I wish the camera could pick this up. There's a lot of color on this little 3-cent piece. A lot of color, and I know the camera can't pick this up, and I can't pick it up with my eyes, but when you look at it, you take a picture of it with a camera, you can pick up the die clash. You can actually see the outline of Liberty's head on the reverse. It's a really cool coin. I like it. This is a half dime that I inherited. If you've watched my earlier videos, you know anything that has my father's initials down here is the coin collection that was started either by my grandfather or my great-great-grandfather, or coins that, by my grandfather from coins that were given to him by his grandfather, my great-great-grandfather who raised him. My grandfather's mother died when he was 3, and his father decided to move away to Charleston, and leaving him here with his grandparents. So he collected this coin, and this is one of the nicer ones that I inherited. It's in really nice shape. Well, these coins are just some of my favorites. You know, I didn't pull out Roosevelts or Jeffersons or stuff like that because you've seen my better ones that are in those albums, but here's pretty nice buffalo. Like it. I need a better one of these. This one is a little worn, 1883, no cents. Everybody knows the story about the no-cent nickel being passed off after as a $5 gold piece after they gold plated it. $1883 shield nickel. I do need a better one of these, but it's not bad. Not bad at all. Some dimes. One of the better Wing Liberties I have. It says full split band. That's not an expert's opinion, that is my opinion. I put that there after looking at it. Oh, it's got some nice luster. She's pretty. 1906 Barber. Really nice. Most Barbers you see are flat. And don't weigh anywhere near the amount of what an uncirculated one would be. A nice coin. 1891 seated Liberty dime. This one's in nice shape. I like it. I need a better one of these as well. 1833 capped bust dime. I need a better one, but for 1883, not a bad coin. Here's another coin that was one I wanted so bad for such a long time, but never had the money. And I finally got this one that is I think right around AU 50, maybe a little less. But this is a 20-cent piece. They only made the 20-cent piece for 4 years. In the last 2 of those years, they only made a few thousand each. 1875 San Francisco is the most common of the 20-cent pieces. But so far, this is the best one I could afford. And I got so much other stuff in the works. I'm not looking for anything else new in this line. 1923 Standing Liberty. This coin is pretty good. The rivets are all visible. Rivets in her shield. Her head is not bad. Breast feathers are worn, but overall, for Standing Liberty, I like it. It's a good coin. This one, I know it's probably polished, but I got a good deal on it, and it's an 1876 seated Liberty quarter. But I think it's polished. I knew that going in. I don't know how well it's showing up in the camera on the screen behind the camera. It doesn't look like it's showing, but right on her legs and such, it really looks like somebody cleaned that baby up. This is probably, when you take into account the obverse and the reverse, this coin design is my favorite of all time. Obviously, the Walking Liberty was reused on the American Eagle for a reason, because it's a great design with the American flag and the sunrise. But when you take and pair it up with this eagle, it's just the best coin ever. That's the best United States coin ever, in my opinion. And I say that taking, even when you look at a coin like St. Gaudens gold, I like this better. I just do. 1859 New Orleans, $50, polished. But it's the only one I have, so until I get one that's in better shape, I'll keep this one. $18.30 capped bust half. It's the oldest $50 I have. It's the only capped bust half I have. I remember I got a pretty good deal on it, but it's pretty worn, so. And the last coin we're going to look at today is my only trade dollar, 1874 San Francisco. This is the oldest dollar I own. I've already shown you my favorite Morgan, and I don't really have a favorite piece dollar. I've got a bunch that are about the same, just okay pieces. So I didn't pull one out. But this is the best trade dollar I've been able to afford so far. Like somebody else said one day on a video I watched on YouTube, I'd like to get one with chop marks in it. That would be really cool. But I think those cost a lot. The package that I'm expecting in the mail, hopefully tomorrow, has 5 pieces in it. and one of them is something I've wanted for a long time. It was on my coin bucket list, and now I have it, unless it gets lost in the mail. But that doesn't happen. Got a couple other things coming in here and there. Got something coming in on a project I'm working with Scully, and that should be here tomorrow, and then I get to mail it to him, and over time I'll tell you more about that, as I'm sure Scully will as well. So until that package gets here, I'm 1042.